Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with another educational beauty video, and in today's video we're going to be trying a viral foundation routine. In particular, we are trying out Meredith Duxbury's foundation routine. Yes, I know. If you already know who I'm talking about, then you know how messy this video is going to be. It is pretty shocking. It's pretty shocking because how it starts to how it looks in the middle and then how it actually ends up, I was mind blown. Genuinely, I cannot wait for you guys to watch this. You got to watch the whole thing because the whole process, well, like she says, trust the process. Well, let's see if you really can. There is something else that I wanted to share with you. This is some special news. I have started an online publication and it's called Confessions of a Creative. It's something that is very close to my heart. It allows me to share different parts of what I do. So it's a lot based on beauty, but it is also including style, culture, self-improvement, you know, a bit of everything thrown in. So you do have some fashion in there too, which I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I have my first newsletter, which is already out. It is free to subscribe. However, if you opt for the paid version, which I'm going to be honest, is basically like buying one coffee a month, then you will receive some really kind of like exciting stuff. So you get to be part of a private chat, which is, we're creating our own community basically. You get to ask questions. So there's more one-on-one time where I can actually answer your questions for you. So if you head over and you do subscribe and you get the paid version, you get that, but you also do get a dedicated newsletter, which is only available to the paid subscribers, which is really in depth and it's all focused on beauty. So that's something where I feel like you guys over here might want to actually head over and opt for the paid subscription, because then you're actually getting that kind of like dedication on beauty and my expert advice when it comes to beauty. So we're really talking about products that are kind of like tried and tested, my like detailed opinion of them. And yeah, it's a bit more kind of like where we can connect a little bit easier, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really do hope that you enjoy it. So head over there, check it out. I will put the link in my description too. And if you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. I'm over on Instagram too, so please do come and say hi there too. Now let's head straight into this video. So I have nothing on my face. We're going to get started with skin prep. Now, based on Meredith's TikTok videos, she likes to make sure that the skin is very, very hydrated. She uses a moisturizer. Sometimes she mixes in a serum, which is extra hydrating. And then she also kind of moves on to a primer. So I'm going to use, majority of the products I'm going to use are going to be the products that she has used or does use currently, because she does switch it up every now and again based on brands that she wants to try out. But I'm going to stick with the odd couple, which are just products that I use regularly and I just feel like they suit my skin better. So let's get started. I don't have anything on. You can really see my tan right now. I'm super brown and I love it. And I made sure I did not burn this time. I used a decent amount of SPF. I continue to apply it like probably too frequently, but anyway. So yeah, I'm glad about that, but I'm really loving the color at the moment. So moving on, I'm very nervous about this because it's a lot of foundation. It's a lot of product. We're gonna get started with a serum. I'm actually going to apply this separate to my moisturizer. I'm not going to mix it in. This is my Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydrating Serum. So I'm going to get about 3 pumps of that, and I'm gonna like just smooth this over my face because my skin generally is a bit dry, obviously because of the sun. That's just really just kind of like sunk into my skin. In the meanwhile, before I apply my moisturizer, I'm just going to go ahead with my eye cream. We're going to apply this around the eye area, probably a more generous amount than what I'm used to, but there is going to be a lot of product going on the face. I even put on my crappy t-shirt that I'm not concerned about any makeup getting on because I'm just imagining drips, just drips everywhere. Okay, so we've got the eye cream on. Let's move on to the moisturizer because my serum is really kind of like sunk into the skin now. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, really kind of smoothing that on. Again, a decent amount. Let that sink in a little bit. In the meantime, I am going to put my headband on. This is something she always does and I totally understand why now. So let's put this on. Let's move this back a little bit. Wow, this headband is so old, guys. Like I found it in my drawer and I was like, wow, this is like from before I was even married. Like when I was living with my parents, it's that old. Anyway, there we go. And okay, so we're gonna get started with our primer. I'm using my Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. This is actually something that Meredith does use herself. 2 pumps of that. And let's smooth this over. We've got that all over the skin. I'm gonna let this settle down just a little bit. Let me just have a sip of my green tea because I'm really stressing out like about this whole situation. We're going to be using 2 different foundations. These are actually the foundations that Meredith does use. And it is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte and the Dior Forever Skin Glow. So we're going to be using 7 pumps. This just blows my mind right now. Like seriously, 7 pumps of foundation from Huda Beauty and then 3 pumps of the Dior Forever Glow. I don't even know if I've got enough face for that to cover, but we're gonna go for it. Okay, 7. Oh, well, she does it on the back of the hand, so let's just go. I mean, I know if I put it on the back of the hand, it's just gonna fly, but we'll just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, doesn't look as much as what I thought it was gonna look. I don't know if I mean, yeah, I did the full pump. My shade is 350G, by the way, which is Dolce de Leche, however you say that. Okay, so moving on to Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. This is the shade 3WO, and we're gonna do 3 pumps of this. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's looking like a lot more now. Can you imagine if this looks so good that this becomes my full glam look? Like, this is how I apply my foundation. I'm gonna use a little spatula that I have here. This is actually my Anastasia spatula, and I am just gonna kind of like mix this. I mean, I don't even know if this color is gonna be all right because I'm pretty tanned at the moment, but then I am gonna be applying like bronzer. Yeah, it might be a bit light, but I'm gonna be applying bronzer. So we've mixed this up. What? This just, even that on its own is way too much. I just feel like, okay, let's just put this all over. Wow. This is just so much foundation. I wasn't even joking when I said I don't know if I've got enough face for this. I don't know how this is all gonna spread, and now I'm gonna have to use my hands. I need to make sure I get these wipes ready because I am gonna get this everywhere. I have just got out 3 huge wipes just to be safe. Oh my God, I can't even go to the sink because I'm just gonna get out of frame and stuff, so. Wow, wow. This goes everywhere, by the way. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. It looks, why does the color look so off now? It's probably because I wouldn't use this much. Okay, well, hopefully, I mean, as Meredith says, trust the process. Okay. She really kind of like blends it in like moisturizer. I mean, oh my God, at this point, I'd probably just go and wash my face. So she puts this everywhere. How much do I keep trying to blend for? She also takes it down. Okay, which obviously you want to do. This isn't even going to require a face wash. This is going to require an entire shower again, just to kind of like, wow. I can't do anything more with that. So there you go. Let's clean. Oh, this is my worst nightmare. Makeup all over my hands. Wipe one done. Let's get the other one. I mean, I don't even know. I can't even look at myself right now, guys. So just the fact that I know that you guys are going to see this and be like, I mean, I hope whoever watches this video, I hope they watch from the beginning to know that this is not my usual type of routine. Okay, like this isn't how I do makeup, guys. But anyway, trust the process, as she says. Okay, now we're going to go over with a sponge. This is a dry sponge. This is my Real Techniques sponge. I don't know which one it is, but it's a blue one. I'm gonna like go, you can damp, like, you know, like wet the sponge if you want. Okay, so now what I'm doing is basically going over my whole face and blending, like just keep blending. So apparently the trick is to just keep blending. So you just got to keep kind of like buffing it into your skin. I mean, I just feel like I've got a mask on. Let's go everywhere. This is just a lot. Give it a chance, give it a chance. Okay, let's go in with concealer. Now I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in light medium sand. Okay, so we're going to apply this in certain areas just to kind of like almost contour the face. So I'm going to basically apply some there. And eventually, apparently, this all evens out at the end. I'm very kind of intrigued to see how this goes. And she applies a fair amount. Wow, this is just like insane. I mean, I'm sure this looks amazing on camera, but I'm interested to see how this looks kind of like face to face, you know, like how this, I mean, obviously I'm going to tell you if it looks cakey. Now I know she may contour in different places, but I've got to do it according to my face shape. Okay, now we're going to get the sponge. I'm just going to use the same one that I was using, and we're going to now buff this in. This should also start kind of changing the colour of my foundation, which currently looks a bit crazy. And apparently the trick is to just keep blending. So we're going to go down the nose. I mean, already I can see that it has changed the colour of the foundation. I mean, you know what? At this point, I'm kind of thinking this may look okay at the end. I mean, yes, it's a full glam. So it's not kind of like, you know, you're not going to have natural looking makeup for sure. You know, it is going to look flawless, but maybe not face to face. Oh my God, what if I genuinely do really like this whole routine and then I start applying foundation with my fingers? That's going to be crazy. Oh my God, all this blending is just like giving me an arm ache. You know why? Because I went to the gym yesterday, my muscles are killing me. Because my PT is back from his vacation and yeah. He went crazy yesterday and now my muscles are killing me. Oh gosh, okay, wow, okay, it looks very white, okay, but it's done. Now we are going to use a kind of like sculpting bronzer thing to sculpt the face. This should warm up the face a lot more. I'm using the Tarte Sculpt Tape and this is warm bronze, okay. Wow, okay, there's quite a lot of this that she uses. But I, again, am going to put this on where I need it as opposed to where I've seen her use it. I'm going to actually take it down the way she does though, because I kind of do this whole section anyway. I mean, I'm assuming you can kind of like sculpt anywhere you need to. So I'm going to take it on the jawline like I normally do. I'm wondering if I should do the nose. I don't usually see her do the nose, but she's got such a like, you know, snatch nose anyway. So I think I'm just going to do it, but just a little bit. I mean, at this point, I don't even think you need to worry about how perfect this looks. Okay, I'm going to use my Sigma F47 brush and I'm going to start buffing this in. So apparently you have got to kind of like be patient with this. This whole process is going to take a while. Trust the process. So I'm literally just kind of like, you know, and this will just kind of like give the face more dimension. Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's definitely given it dimension. Let's do this bit here. I mean, it definitely looks better, right, than before. Initially, I just looked like I had a yellow face. That was awful. I mean, I definitely understand why you need to hydrate the face so much like before. You've just got to give it that perfect base, haven't you, in order for this to sit on. Okay, there's a lot of buffing going on. I'm going to use my Hollywood complexion brush for the nose, just because I want like a smaller kind of brush. Even though I am using the bigger part of this. I mean, it's definitely better than the beginning, right? It's super sculpted because obviously we're not underpainting, like everything is going on top of the foundation. It's great, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely like trying to stop myself from putting a thin layer of a very light coverage foundation all over this because it would just look, there's just too, I'm going to stick to this whole Meredith Duxbury foundation routine. We're going to go with this. Now we've got to go in with a liquid blush. I'm using my Beauty Bay liquid blush in Peaches. Peaches? Yeah, this is like one of my favorite liquid blushes. We're going to apply this here. I'm just going to use my same F47 brush, and I'm just going to like buff this in the way that she does. Now for the setting powder, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder, and you've got to apply this with a powder puff, so I'm going to use my Laura Mercier powder puff. Now what I'm going to do is make sure there are no creases on the under eye area first. So let's really kind of like make sure there's nothing sitting in those lines, because I can guarantee there is a whole load sitting in them because of the amount of makeup that we've put on. Let's go for it. We're going to really pack this powder on. I'm super excited to see the results of this. I don't ever see her brushing this powder off. I feel like she just packs it on. I mean, let's just keep going. I mean, this is not going anywhere, is it? Because what we're doing is just kind of really making sure that this stays put with all this powder. Guys, like my face, the colour is definitely better than before. Okay, I've also got to go over the lids. I forgot about that area. I have not used a brush over my whole face thing. At the moment it looks like a thing. Now that that's all set, we are gonna go in with powder versions of the bronzer blush, and we're gonna add some highlighter. I'm gonna use my Fenty Sunstalker in Island Ting. So I'm going to get my veil brush, and I'm going to basically apply this wherever I've kind of like sculpted, and just to kind of like, well, just sculpt the face, I guess. I'm kind of loving this, guys. I'm kind of loving the finish. It's definitely not an everyday look, and it's time consuming and it's messy, but I'm kind of loving the finish. Okay, that's my bronzer done. What I will do is do my nose like I usually do, and that's my Fenty 200 brush with the same bronzer. Now for the powder blush, I'm going to use my Sigma F12 brush, and this is my Surat blush, the kind of like peachy one. I don't know why, but I prefer blush on me when I have this amount of makeup on. It's crazy. Like usually I would feel like, oh, I just don't want to go too much with blush. And now let's go for some highlight. This is my Zoeva 134 brush, and this is my Dior Backstage Glow Face palette. I'm going to use sheer golden bronze because that just looks nice. Wow, that looks good. Because you have this amount of makeup on, you kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like you make the most of all the other products that you have. Like you're kind of not afraid to let it work at its full potential. Like I would not put this much highlight on if I had my usual base on. Why not? Might as well go for it. We've got so much on underneath. Now, she takes off the foundation on her lips. Let's do the same thing. Now, I've not seen anything about what she does with her brows in terms of like, does she take the foundation off? I don't think she does. Okay, so from what I've seen, I've just had a look at some of her TikTok videos where she's found this whole routine. She doesn't actually take anything off her brows, so I'm gonna leave that. I am just kind of loving this, guys, not gonna lie. I can take this off now, I think. Yes, it's a lot. It looks good. Yes, it's full cake face. Somehow, from the beginning where I looked like super yellow, like mustard. I looked like I had mustard all over my face. Somehow from that, we've gone to this. I actually really like it. It's a lot. So this is like something I would wear probably if like a big evening event, like where maybe a gala dinner, you know, where no one's really sitting too close to you and it's a bit dark. That's where I'd probably wear this. But anyway, I'm gonna get on with doing my brows, my eyes, my lips. That's not part of this whole tutorial. So let me just get on with that. She doesn't actually take anything off her brows. She goes straight in with her brows. But I wanted to show you just the foundation routine. So let me finish everything and then I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. I have done the rest of my makeup, and how amazing does this whole look? Yes, I love it. I love it. It isn't something I can do on a daily basis because it is time consuming. It is super messy, but it is definitely something that I'm going to actually do if I have that kind of like full glam event, you know, like a gala dinner, like I said. So something like that where I feel that it's not super bright lighting and I'm not too, you know, like no one's in my face. I would definitely do this whole routine because genuinely it is an amazing finish. You genuinely do have to trust the process because you saw what I looked like at the beginning and the middle, and then now this just looks completely different. So even without my brows done, it just looked like I just like literally dipped my face in a bowl of foundation. But now that everything's done and the color, look how good the color looks. So I'm really, really surprised. I am definitely going to be keeping this routine on hand for special occasions when I have the time. I've got to have the time for this. So this isn't something that if you don't have time for and you prefer a natural look, don't go for this. This isn't for you, but it is something that I think if you want that full glam look. And like I went over into my lounge and I looked in the mirror just like in front of the daylight really close because I wanted to see what it looks like. Other than like obviously there are certain areas if you already have lines like on the under eye area and you have a little bit of dryness anyway, it is probably going to enhance that, or you could potentially go a bit more heavier with your hydration and your skincare prep. Otherwise the other areas looked flawless, like flawless. So I'm so pleasantly surprised by this whole routine. I would definitely recommend it if you want a flawless finish and you have the time and you don't mind the mess and you are okay with it being a bit heavier than usual, then I would recommend it. So all in all, I really do hope you've enjoyed today's video. I have. It's been so much fun. If there's anything else you guys want me to try out, let me know in the comments box below. And as I've already mentioned, I would absolutely love you to support me on my new platform, which is an online publication called Confessions of a Creative. The reason it is called Confessions of a Creative is because every week I also do write a newsletter, which is very journal style. So it's just very transparent and honest, and I am really hoping that you can resonate with it. Choose whichever package you want. You can go for the free one, which you get occasional posts, or you can go for the paid one where you get your Q&A, like one-on-one session, like not one-on-one, but one-on group sessions where we create our own little community and you've got Q&As and like it's very detailed, and you get a dedicated newsletter which is very detailed, focused on beauty only, so that you guys can really get that kind of like knowledge and in-depth advice from me as a beauty expert. If you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.